So if you're wanting to play some new Nintendo Switch games in the month of April, you are not alone, and today I've decided to make a list of my top 5 most anticipated Nintendo Switch titles that will be releasing in the month of April 2021. What's up, Nation? If it's your first time on the channel, make sure you join Sunbro Nation by subscribing below, hit the like button on this video if you enjoy it today, and make sure you turn on your bell notification icon so you're kept up to date with all the newest gaming news. Now guys, today we're talking about the top 5 most anticipated games that I personally am looking forward to in the month of April for the Nintendo Switch, so hopefully this helps some of you guys out there that are looking for some new things to play through on your Switch in the month of April. But we have to dive into the list with the first game, which is Moonraker. And this is actually one that has already been released on Steam and PS4 and other consoles over the course of time. I believe it was in September of 2020 of this original release, but it is now making its Switch debut on April 23rd, and it does look like it's one of those Metroidvania style games, as it promises to offer a bunch of platforming, exploration, and high intensity action with numerous boss battles. And it does appear that you are traversing the world to find different moon crystals that you need to probably save the day at the end of everything. But this has co-op to offer. It has a bunch of fast pace and what looks to be very Metroid style combat, and then you also have it in the world of kind of games that are similar to like Hollow Knight. So if you like Metroid games, you like Castlevania games, and you like Hollow Knight, this one is absolutely worth checking out in the month of April. And while I don't know what it's going to be launching at as far as price point on the Switch eShop, it does right now retail for $12.99 on Steam, so maybe somewhere in that ballpark whenever it does get released. But this again is one to look forward to on April 23rd. Now, the next game on the list by far and away has the most ridiculous title, but it is the one that I am looking forward to probably the most on this entire top 5 list, as it is a heavily Donkey Kong inspired game, and that is Stitchy In Trouble. And it does look like they really went above and beyond with the art style and the graphics in this game. And when you see the gameplay, it looks like it's straight up built in the Tropical Freeze engine. And I am a huge fan of Donkey Kong. If you guys have not seen my previous videos on games that I want Nintendo to reboot and focus on, Donkey Kong is one of those series that I think needs to have its own Switch release. And while this is not that directly, it does look to be in that same family of games, as it is a side-scrolling platformer that is very focused around precision, jumping, and timing. And it does look like it will offer a nice little challenge for anybody who wants a Donkey Kong style game. Now, as far as the difficulty of this title, that remains to be seen. Don't really know exactly what to expect in terms of hardcore difficulty like we saw with something like Tropical Freeze, but the gameplay is absolutely mirrored to it. The one thing that did stick out to me is it does look to be slowed down versus like a Donkey Kong, but apparently in this world you are a scarecrow trying to go through and collect corn and different things, so they went with the whole theme. It's not really necessarily, jumping out to me as far as for story element or things like that, but definitely one that I want to play through, just being a huge fan of 2D platforming games. And while we're waiting for something new in the Donkey Kong family, this should hopefully scratch that itch for any gamers that are waiting to have a Donkey Kong Country style experience. So put Stitchy In Trouble on your radar for April 15th release on the Nintendo eShop. Now, the next game is one that has been covered by numerous different channels, so I will not go into great detail here, but new Pokemon Snap is obviously releasing in the month of April on the 30th actually, so at the very tail end of the month, but it is one that does look beautiful. And guys, if you forgot that this was coming out in April, maybe do yourself a favor and get it pre-ordered if you are interested in this style of a game. And while it is not like any other traditional Pokemon game, it is a direct sequel or remake kind of in the same family of the first Pokemon Snap that was released on the N64, which was incredible at the time. And while I do have nostalgia for that game, I may or may not pick up this title. I'm going to see the reviews when it comes out because I'm curious what all the gameplay will actually include. It is definitely the on rails, you're taking pictures of Pokemon as they pop up, and I think the thing that's going to sell this game is the beautiful graphical style of these Pokemon in this world, because they definitely went a level further than even what we see in a Sword or Shield shield style game, which is obviously easier to achieve when it's an on-rails type of experience, but it's something that you're going to see incredible screenshots and creations from fans, and if they have enough different gameplay modes in there that are a little bit more interactive than that, I may end up picking this one up myself, because it is a game that I do think will still be great in the collection, and that while I might not play it all the time, I still want to go through and see what it has to offer at the end of the day. So if you guys are Pokemon fans and you're a fan of on-rail experiences and you really just want to have some beautiful screenshots, probably wallpapers that you can set for your desktop or phone, this is absolutely one to not forget about, and it will be releasing at a $60 price point on April 30th, so you can pre-order it now if you haven't already. Now, the next game on the list today is actually one that just popped up on my radar, and that's because it was just announced. And while these games are already out on the Switch in the digital form, we now have Doom 1, 2, and 3 receiving a physical collector edition pack that comes with some fantastic merch included, so I do want to add it to this list. And while it may or may not be actually released in April, the pre-orders definitely start on April 2nd, so if you are a Doom fan, this is going to be a must-have for any collectors out there, and this is one that I'm incredibly interested in myself, but it does retail for $129.99. Obviously, you're getting a lot with that, as it does look like they're including some throwback to the PC version of like a floppy disk style drive and a keychain and a steel book, and it does look like they have really packed it full of new features and things to go ahead for, you know, and please the physical collectors out there. So I do think that this is an exciting one to see get a physical release, and again, while these games are already out in digital form on the Switch, this will be their first time seeing the physical release for any of the collectors out there. So if you guys are fans of Doom and you've been around for a long time like I have, it's definitely one worth looking into, as the pre-orders again will go live on April 2nd, and I'm pretty sure, since this will not be it'll be more of a limited run type of a release, that they probably will sell out relatively soon. So if you guys are interested in Doom in the physical collection for the Nintendo Switch, make sure you pre-order it as soon as they go live on April 2nd. And the last game on our list is a Star Wars title, and it is Star Wars Republic Commander, which was actually released way back on the original Xbox, but it does look fantastic now as it's being ported to the Switch, and it is a single-player first-person shooter experience, but it kind of has a twist with some strategy elements in there, as you are actually leading 6 different troops through this campaign, and there are certain strategy-type decisions that you will have to make in addition to just traversing the world in your own first-person experience. So this does look like a very fun one, high action, and if you guys are into Halo-style shooters, it's definitely going to fall right in that family, and it does look great and better than it's ever looked on the Nintendo Switch, and it's going to be a nice title, in my opinion, to be able to pick up and play on the go or in docked mode. So this is absolutely one that I will be picking up, as I did not finish this game or even play it on the original Xbox, but it does have fantastic reviews from fans, so this is going to be a welcome addition to the Nintendo Switch family. But I would love to know your guys' thoughts on what games you're most excited for in the month of April. Were there any games that we talked about today that you weren't aware of that you will now be picking up in the month of April for the Switch? Or do you have other titles that you're already excited about that you are planning on getting that weren't in this video? Please share all those thoughts with me down below. And then also, guys, before you leave, don't forget to vote in today's community poll, where I'll be asking you which games you are most excited for the Nintendo Switch in the month of April. Thanks so much for watching the video today, everyone. I do truly appreciate you all sticking around until the end. I do at this point in the video want to invite you all one more time to join Sunbro Nation if you haven't done so already. Do so by subscribing below, hit the like button on your way out on this video if you enjoyed it today, and make sure you turn on your bell notification icon so you're kept up to date with all the newest gaming news. That's going to do it for me, guys. I hope you all have a great day. Sunbro Nation, out.